Why are you taking that seriously? And this isn't taken seriously. I'm not saying you don't take that seriously, but why do you give it so much more attention than what really lights up your soul? You don't do the thing that you want to do in life because you don't think that people find it valuable. So instead, you want to wait until people recognize the thing that you do as valuable. Now, ironically, people can't recognize the thing that you do as valuable unless you do the thing. If you're going to wait for other people to tell you that it's okay to go ahead and share your gifts with the world, you are going to be waiting a long time. Because how is anyone going to know the gifts that you have if you don't share them? You see, we think that we need to wait until people tell us that we're worth something before we go out and shine our light in the world, before we build the thing that we want to build, whatever it is for you. But that just simply won't work, because you have to see the value that you have before anybody else does. And when you acknowledge the value that you have, that's when you start to act and do things in the world. So if you wanted to start a YouTube channel, as an example, you would have to acknowledge that you have something to share. Maybe you're talking about gardening, maybe you're talking about writing, whatever you're talking about, you have to acknowledge that you have knowledge about something. And then you have to turn on the camera, and then you have to share the wisdom that you have, and then you have to upload it. That really is how simple it is to build that life that you want, to cultivate the business, to cultivate your brand, whatever it is that you're trying to do. And the reason that people end up in jobs that they don't like or whatever is because the job validates you by giving you money. You know, people wouldn't pay you if they didn't need you. And so you're like, oh, I'm needed here. And yeah, you are needed there, and that's fine. Do that as long as you want. But if you want to pursue something else, which I imagine you do, because the people that watch my videos, they want something else out of life more than the traditional paths that are laid out in front of us. So if you are wanting to do something more than what you're already doing, you have to acknowledge that there's more in you, and you have to start taking yourself seriously. You can't wait until you have 100,000 followers before you post something. You can't wait until 500 people have joined your emailing list before you send an email. You have to be willing to make a video and upload it and have 2 people watch it, and one of those people leaves a nasty comment. All of those things are a sign that you're actually doing something correctly. If I reflect upon my journey, I really wanted to be doing something in the online space, in the artistic space, for many years. And the first thing I ever did was post a music video online. I was around 16 years old. But I posted the video, and then I literally didn't tell anybody about the link. Somebody asked me how could they find it, and I told them I don't know. So I may as well have not posted it, because then as soon as I did post it, I pretended it didn't exist. Because again, I didn't believe that what I had to share was worth sharing. And so I didn't give people the opportunity to receive what I was sharing. If you're not starting something because you don't think it's important enough to share, if you feel compelled to share it, then that's reason enough to share it. You'd be pleasantly surprised with the amount of value that people would get from things that you don't even perceive as valuable within yourself. I've made a lot of videos just talking about personal stories of mine, and people surprisingly have related to them. And it's those personal stories that honestly don't even require any expertise that have had the most profound impact upon people. And that's, you know, the beauty of a personal brand. It's that it's you. It's whatever you have to say, whatever your past is, whatever your dreams are. That is enough to get started. Even if you don't have, you know, a fleshed out offer or business plan or whatever, just getting out there and sharing your voice, because I know you want to. Like, so many people are just repressing themselves because they don't want to deal with no views, or they don't want to deal with the negative comments. And, you know, you might be one of those lucky people that just doesn't get any negativity. I'm not one of those people, unfortunately. I am too attackable based on my appearance. I get a lot of comments about my facial hair and my neck hair and my hair and all of these assumptions about me based on my appearance. And you know, that's just part of being me. You know, you're going to have your own challenges, but that's only going to be a tiny percentage of your journey. For the most part, we're bringing profound impact to the people that connect with our work. And the people that don't, that's okay. There's someone else for them. I'm not the only person talking about creativity and mindset and helping people achieve their goals and reaching people. There's so many people doing that. But some people like me, and other people don't like me. Some people will like you. Some people will like you and me. It doesn't really matter because it's not like a competition. It's just a matter of putting out your ideas and then allowing people to find it and align with it. For the longest time, I thought that I didn't have anything worth sharing, really. Part of that was because I would post things and nobody would watch. I've probably made about 500 videos over the last 4 years. And for the majority of that time, people didn't really watch them. Every now and again, there was one person here or there that would leave a comment and they seemed to find some value in it. And that kind of kept me going. But what really kept me going was me knowing that this is actually what I wanted and I wasn't going to settle for something else. My ambition has always been to create things, to share, to write songs, to play music, to make videos, to connect and help and inspire and motivate people on their journey, whatever it is that they're trying to pursue in this world. That's been the driving force behind everything I've done in this life. You know, every now and again, there's things that we do to make money that maybe we're not so stoked on. We can't allow that aspect of life to overpower to the point where we're not actually pursuing that real, you know, deeper sense of purpose that we feel within. And this whole discussion has just been sparked by an email I got from somebody who was struggling to take their work seriously and see it as serious work that needed to be done. And instead of doing this creative work, the priority was on, you know, what society considers a real job. And there's nothing wrong with having a real job. They serve a purpose. However, if you want to maybe replace that real job with something that you're more passionate about, you have to start doing that thing that you're passionate about, and you have to start sharing it with the world, because if you don't share the value, you can't receive the value, which will come in the form of money most likely, or other resources that you would use money to purchase. You see, those real jobs are really cool in the sense that you know you're going to get money for them. Whereas pursuing a new path, you're not guaranteed the money. And so rather than hoping for the best and expecting the best, we usually kind of just expect the worst. And that means we just don't even start the thing because we're like, well, I'm not going to make any money from it. Like, what if I tried it for 4 years and then nothing happened? You know, then it was a waste of time. And like, yeah, you could say that. You could say it was a waste of time if you tried it for 4 years and nothing came of it. But the fact of the matter is you actually don't know if 4 years later you're going to fail. So why would you expect that when you haven't even started? Would you not just start and then take it from there? Get a failure or 2 or 7 under your belt and then learn from that process? Would it not make sense to dedicate and allocate some of that energy that you're putting toward other areas of your life that you're not super stoked about, to put that somewhere that you're actually interested in? Because if you do that and you persist with that, I'm pretty confident that you will be able to see a return on your investment. Maybe it'll be financially, maybe it will be spiritual growth, maybe it'll be personal growth. Who knows? Something I've really learned is that uncertainty is a fertile soil. A lot of pretty gnarly stuff can come up out of there. A lot of ugly stuff, but a lot of beautiful things as well. And realistically, that is this life. You know, it's not supposed to be even keeled the whole way. I talk about this quite often, like life is uncertainty. And the job that you do, the pathway that you're on where you don't have to take any risks, is your attempt to mask the uncertainty. But it's always there. If you knew that it was always there, maybe that would make you reconsider how you're acting. Because if the path that you don't really like is actually not as certain as you think it is, why not try the path that you do want to explore, but you don't because you're told by everybody that it is uncertain? Yeah, it is uncertain. It's uncertain to try and start a creative business. It's uncertain to have a personal brand, but it's also uncertain to a lesser extent, but still, to have a job, to be doing something that you don't really want to do. So why are you taking that seriously? And this isn't taken seriously. I'm not saying you don't take that seriously, but why do you give it so much more attention than what really lights up your soul? At least take some of that seriousness and put it over here, so we got like 50-50. Or if you want, you could take all of the seriousness from here and then put it over here and just forget your job, forget your normal life that society and your family and friends approve of. Forget all of that and just try your own thing and see what happens. And if it doesn't work out, you can just go get a job. They're not going anywhere. It's not for me to say whether you do or don't have something within you to share. But if you think that you do, then go with it. Be your highest authority. I thought I had something to share. And so I attempted to do that. I've been very fortunate and grateful that I was correct in my hypothesis that I had something to share that was valuable to people. Because a lot of people have found value in the skills and the gifts that I have to share. But I wouldn't have found that out if I didn't fail with the first, 300-400 videos that nobody watched. And there's plenty of other things that I'm pursuing right now that I'm failing at miserably. And that's fine too, because I have a really strong hunch that there's something in my music that needs to reach more people. And so I'm going to do all I can to make that work. That's just me speaking from my experience. I'm pretty sure you have a similar thought in your head right now, though, that you have something. There is an ideal vision for your life that you have, and usually we're pretty good at intuiting what would be good for us and what we can do for other people. This is really just encouragement to give it a go. If you've been postponing it, why don't you, after watching this, just go and write down an idea that you've had and find some way to execute on it. Even if your idea is like really big, like let's say you wanted to start a candle business, but like realistically you're not going to be able to do that in the next hour. But what you can do is make a video and start documenting the journey. There's this really great entrepreneur, his name is Matt Kelly, and he has a podcast where he just documents his journey building his business. And I just love listening to him talk about the challenges, the thoughts he's having. And it's really inspiring for me. That could be you for someone else. Heck, maybe even I'll check it out. In fact, I want you to go do something and then leave a comment or send me an email. My email's in the description. And tell me what you did. Show me what you did. And that's a call to action for you right there. Go start taking yourself seriously. Because if you don't, why would anybody else? I don't know if I made this quote up, but it came to me at one point many years ago. If I don't believe in myself, then why would I expect anybody else to? Like, surely I should be able to rely on myself more than anyone else. And when it comes to pursuing my goals, if I don't believe in my ability to get them done, why would anyone else? If I'm not invested in my life the most, that is a problem. Don't wait for other people to tell you it's okay to start. And I know, ironically, this video is kind of me telling you it's okay to start, but you get what I'm saying. At first, when people don't know what your skills are, they're not going to just come up to you and ask you to help them or do things for them because they don't know. I get asked a lot from people for help and assistance with mindset or life stuff or branding stuff, but it's only because I talk about it all the time and people can see that I have some level of experience in it. But that wouldn't happen if I didn't freaking sit down and talk about it all the time. So just do something, because I know you're sick of not doing things, and the best way to learn is to just do the thing. If you want help with it, you can just watch my videos. If you want more help, I can mentor you. I have an application form in the description. Check that out. Other than that, have a beautiful day and just freaking share your stuff, because you got stuff to share.